Okay, so setup wise, for the most part, is good. Certainly better on this round when we sort of get a bit more of a tilt behind the golf ball. If we look at this one here now, you're probably a little bit more kind of straight on top of it a little bit. So getting a bit of a tilt with your spine will just change your path into the golf ball and your angles to be more over that head cover as opposed to being that way. Yeah? If I take that yellow line and tilt it to 11 o'clock, the green line then changes the launch angle, yeah? Or you change your angle of the golf ball. So before, as you were coming into it, because you knew the ball was going to slice off to the right, you got here now, head started moving forward and up. Now as you come to impact, even before impact there, now that's basically the ball's just about going and your hands are way, way in front there. Just dropping that club on the way, either pops way up in the air or just smothers low or big old slice. So one of those three, Healy, low left, sky or slice. None of the above really what you want to be with a driver, okay? So this one here now, by staying behind it more, okay? Same good backswing, head staying back behind, so at the point of contact now as you come into impact, now the ball's being just about hit. I mean, so see the blur there? T's kind of going and the ball's being hit. Even there, your hands are still slightly further forward than where we ideally want it. I don't mind them being kind of on top. That's not too bad. As we can see, we can extend the club through over that head cover, miss the head cover completely and through to a nice release of the club and squaring that club face up effectively, not trying to shove it and heave it and force it left, yeah? So the feelings you've got to try and create on the range or in any practice is actually, how do I get the ball to go left to target? With the hands and arms with that release. It's not a corkscrew with the hands. It's basically your wrist sort of doing that, yeah? Think about throwing a basketball, how your wrist kind of does that, yeah? How you sort of spin the ball that way, or a bowling thing, that kind of release with this way. Your hands are kind of working this way with the wrist. It's almost kind of, you're not opening a jam jar with it, yeah? It's more of a hinge and an unhinge, okay? So the club's coming back. You've got to stay behind it and feel as though, because this felt as though you're releasing early, that your hands were back here somewhere. And you can kind of see where they are. They're not. Yeah. And the ball flight will tell you that. What you think is a perfect swing or a great strike. You get some good strikes. If the ball gets a good connection and isn't high and just drifts off to the right, it's a face issue. If it goes really high or you slice it left to right, it's a path or an angle of attack issue and you're too steep. Okay. So if you're skying it, you've got to think, okay, to stop a sky, I need to lean back a bit more on my right side and stay back. If you thin it and it goes really low, you've gone back too far. And there's a sweet spot, yeah? There's not one exact anode on a spot there. There is a window where you can be within, but basically too far ahead of it, striking down, great for the irons, yeah? No good for the driver. So you're staying behind it a bit more, which is why when we tee the ball up, the ball is left here because you want to hit that ball up in the air. If the ball's on the ground with the driver with 10 degrees aloft, it's going to like a putter. Yeah, it needs to be teed up for that reason, yeah? But when the ball's teed up, we have to set up to hit a golf ball. It's slightly differently.
Makes sense.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Good man, very good.